I'm backwards. I'll get there. 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 It's only Pixie. It's only Pixie. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Having technical difficulties. We'll be back ASAP. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. How's the sound, Pix? I'm glad you got your iPad. I was wondering how the sound was. In case I gotta start over again. Hey Sylvia, how you doing? How's it going today? Happy TGIF, everybody. Hello, Steve. What's up? Cool, Sylvia. No, I don't hear anything at my front door. Jason, how are you? It's actually very quiet in here today. No, there's no knocking at the front door. You're my favorite deputy. SFH, what's happening? That's all I know, Jason, by the way. Saeed, how are you? I can't read Farsi. Okay. I don't know if it was awesome, Jason. I'd say it was something. What was that message, Pixie? Or was it something nasty? That was cool. Faceless, what's up? Thanks, Sylvia. Hey, Death. Whoa, Death. Oh, okay. You don't have to hide those, Pixie. It's fine. Right alongside, what's up? Hello, Neil. Derek Trucks, that's what's up. Are you seeing him tonight? I'm going to see him on Monday. The only difference is I'll be backstage and you won't. I'm just fucking with you. I haven't seen or spoken to Derek in years. So I'll just be a regular Joe Blow like everybody else there. And I've never met Susan. So far, so good, man. Thank you, Drooling Grandpa. I hope that you can find some relief soon. Oh, sorry, Ryan. What's your opinion on Angus from AC/DC? He's amazing. Angus is great. Savannah Clayton Stevens, how are you? Good to see you. Been 23 years since you saw Derek live. I think the last time I caught him was somewhere around 03. That's cool, Death. Hey, Amari. I'm just gonna call you Amari. You think Derek Trucks loves his job? Yeah, man, sure. I actually think they're one of the best live bands you could possibly see today. Tedeschi Trucks Band. My favorite record of theirs is Made Up Mind. It's like their second record. I think it's awesome. Hey Randy, what's happening? Hey, yeah, drooling grandpa. I actually get what you're saying. So you can take it somewhere else, fuck bomb. Nice of you to stop by. Go fuck yourself. No, man. Not a request hotline. Hey, Randy Rhodes. Yeah, they are, no doubt. Without a doubt. That drilling grandpa guy was kind of a dick. I mean, after all, I think my jacket's plenty nice. Hey, Jose, what's up? Pizzazz, how are you? Right along is correct, or right alongside is correct. It's like his last name. It's alongside. It's not two separate words. He put it all as one word. Soulcactus. Boom. It's a name. Cool. I do dishes all the time. I hate doing dishes. Okay, so what's everybody playing today? Video games, guitars, what? What's everybody got going on today? I'm going to meet up with some friends at the comic book shop later because it's Friday. And I do that to get out of the house. Plus, it's a good time. It puts me back in that Kevin Smith Clerks environment. And sometimes I just like to hang back and let the dudes do their thing and just giggle my ass off in the corner about what they're blabbing about. Which is generally something like, who do you think the best James Bond was? Who do you think the best James Bond villain was? Who do you think the best Batman is? I'm like, I am in a comic book store. What do you expect? All right, right alongside. Be cool, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'm glad, man. Have fun jamming. Happy jamming. Playing Warzone? Okay, that's funny, Death. I will not be getting on COD Warzone anytime soon. Well, dude, you called me thick. Thick over here means stupid. So why would I not get bent about that? That's how it came across to me. This is why I don't like texting as a form of communication, because you could say something, and you could mean it a certain way, but I may read it and it might impact me in a different way, and I might think about it differently. And I mean, like, I could be like, God, what a fucking asshole. Who the fuck are you talking to? You know what I mean? Like, that kind of shit happens. Something gets lost in the translation. You know what it is? It's the human being element. It doesn't come through in black and white text. Just FYI. You can't see a person's face or hear their tone of voice when you read a text. Thick and Long? Oh, that's going to be my porno name. How'd you know? Apology accepted. Drooling Grandma. All right, dude, you're unhidden. Thank you for the apology. You can use Drooling Grandpa again. Where do you go to purchase what? Oh, my porno? My OnlyFans page, of course. Duh. Because you are a VIP, Sylvia. I know, William, it's hard to define tone in terms of text. That's the problem. Funky gum. What kind of funky gum you got? I mean, are we talking like Fruit Stripe, Freshen Up, Bubble Yum, Bubblicious, Gatorade, Big League Chew? I got to know. You're welcome, Sylvia. I appreciate you. And I appreciate Pixie Knickers, Mazat's Death, Drooling Grandma and Grandpa, and William Schumann. And, oh yeah, right alongside. Hey, David Qualls, or is it Qualls? Robin Trower? Are you sure it's not Robin Tower? Just out of sake of argument? I was distant time. Let's see. I'm too bold, I'm thrown in stone. Dude, Trower fucked up when he let that guy go. I don't know what was up with Trower's ass, but that bass player singer, who was that guy on Bridge of Sighs? I would have done anything and everything to keep that mofo happy. Because that guy had a badass motherfucking voice. Eddie Cooper. Lead off with hi, how you doing? It's not a request hotline. Thank you, Pixie Knickers. Some sweet. I missed a note and took a beat. What was really supposed to happen was... And it wasn't supposed to be like that either. I keep getting caught. Hey, Dallas, what's happening? I'll pass on learning the insane solos, dude. Pixie. Is he gonna be all right?
My nose is halfway up my ass, but other than that, I'm perfect.
Somebody should watch Weird Science this weekend. That's where that's from.
Lisa?
You're 21? You're 21. Ah, damn it, Wyatt. Chet's gonna stay here. You know I can't stand Chet. Such an asshole. Thank you, Eileen. How are you? I saw the hot water or heater, right? Yeah, been there. Had to do that in the last year. That was fun as shit. Mine started leaking like a geyser. So it did wall damage to my structure. So lucky I just had to pay the deductible on my insurance, but holy crap, man. I had to have the water heater replaced and like my drywall and shit like completely cut out and replaced. And then painted. It was like a whole process. I'm just lucky I caught it in time. Like basically I went out to run an errand, I came home and the shit was just coming, water was just coming out. I was just like, It was sort of like the judge's reaction in Caddyshack at the beginning of the movie where he sees the gopher on the golf course just destroying it. I hear you. I understand that. That's cool, Eileen. Thank you.
Dennis, my man. Dennis, my man. Dennis, how you doing?
Yeah, man. I said, I was like, even with insurance? Son, John Wick's the man who you sent to kill the fucking boogeyman. Baba Yaga. Don't know Bark at the Moon. Senior Vic. Thank you, Pixie. Wasn't Denzel Washington talking some shit about them earlier? Or did I misread that? Hey, David, what's happening? Thank you, Pixie. I appreciate that. Okay, ways to support Larry Soulcactus. You can get me a sticker, a super sticker, while we're live and stream here. That's always very helpful. That goes directly to me. Other ways to support, if you go to the drop-down box where you can highlight, like, put your cursor on more, hit that, drop-down box will appear. My links to Instagram, which is free, and patreon.com page. Patreon.com/Larry Soulcactus. As my wonderful moderator, Pixie Knickers, just put that up for me. Thank you, Pixie. Pixie rocks my socks. Oh yes, if any of you are wanting private guitar lessons, just email me at the address below. Soulcactus19@gmail.com. What a world, what a world, what a world. Thanks, Pixie Knickers. Who's my favorite cowboy player? Clint Eastwood. Can that be an answer? You asked who his favorite cowboy was. I wanted to play along. Mine's Clint Eastwood. I will put myself in timeout for that. No, I've never had deep fried pineapple, but I've seen it before. Or bacon. I really don't dig on bacon unless it's like super, super crispy, like peanut brittle. Roy Rogers. There'll be no hate crimes. No to the bacon ice cream. I like strawberry. And I like various other kinds of flavors like Rocky Road. Oh, usually the verse, Dallas, when I'm writing songs, yeah, I usually come up with the verse part first. It's very rare that I come up with the chorus first. And then, like, work backwards on it. Very rarely does that happen. Pixie, can we find Arafat a home, please, other than here? Thank you. Can I play Beggin'? Yes. Please buy a sticker or a super sticker while we're live in stream. I would greatly appreciate it. That's me begging. I played it. All right, Death. Not even chocolate and vanilla swirled together? Because I kind of like that combo. Pixie. Hey man, music workshop. What's happening? Hey, Teacher Dan, what's happening? How you doing? That's cool too. Racist rocks, man. I like banana ice cream. Chucky Monkey's good. Patel, you play some Nirvana. Stop using your cap locks, dude. Thank you, Pixie Knickers. Great minds think alike. Jinx, buy me a Coke. All right. Yeah, Ms. Atz, that wouldn't suck either. I'll take that. I just fucked that up. Yeah, I can. Oh, now we're talking milkshakes? Okay. Thank you, Teacher Dave. I know it's very different from other people on YouTube, because a lot of people used a lot of processed stuff, in my opinion. They're just not letting it hang out all natural like. Hey, Noda. No, Dallas, the only time I did E-flat tuning was the time that I played in that Red House Blues Band back in '95 for the summer, because they always tuned down a half step. So I took one of my Stratocasters and tuned it down a half step. But eventually, like, I got sick of that and just alternated playing in one half step down from where they were playing at. I was the lead player, so it didn't matter to me, but I preferred playing that way as opposed to having to tune a guitar down and leave it there all the time, because I didn't want to always play that guitar. And at that time I had a few different guitars that I like to play a lot more than that specific one. So, like, do I do it today? No. And I would not do it. That's just me personally, because I don't like to alternate my tunings on my guitar. Hey, Sala, you brought me camels. Thank you. But the bar log still shall not pass. Lord of the Rings, people. Well, Dallas, if it works for you, go with it. You know, That's all I got to say. Yeah, no, I know it. I mean, not the way that Stevie plays it, but I mean, like just like the beginning. I mean, that, because that is just a blues shuffle. Well, I've had many blue guitars. Is that? In fact, there's a blue Strat on here in a couple of the videos, a couple of the older videos, shorts. Yeah, well, the thing with Stevie, dude, is the kind of the loose wrist with going kind of like back and forth, and that's really you kind of have to get a feel for that, though. You have to be able to do his rhythm. That's the trick to playing his music. If you don't, or if you can't, you will never be able to play his music. Any of it. How many times have you seen Stevie do this on video? You can't do that. You will not be playing his music. Hate to break it to you, but it's the truth. Oh, that's what you asked. I was wondering. I'm like, I gotta go back and read. There's some kind of... What's a looper? Well, it's not a caddy. Actually, it is a caddy. But, a loop is essentially, Pixie, it's a foot pedal. You step on it, like, you play like... Let's see. And then you'd step on it again to record that sample of that. So now you have that continuously coming through your amplifier, and that's your rhythm, and you can... You can solo over your little loop that you created. I did years ago, and I just disliked them. I mean, yeah, I can go check out one at Guitar Center this afternoon if I want to, but I'm just not great also at like hitting it and then just getting it where I want it to be with my feet. Like, it's much easier to be more accurate with my hands pushing it, going, this is where I want to punch in. This is where I want to punch in. It's harder when you're doing it with your feet. I don't know. It's just not my thing. My thing has always been like, I'm just going to record this and I'll play over the recording and then I'll do a final demo of it. That's always been what I've done. Because there wasn't like cell phones or loop stations when I started playing guitar. There's none of that shit. Like, you played the rhythm and, you know, if you couldn't find anybody else to play that rhythm over so you could solo, you were on your own. Now it's like, let me sample your shit and then I'll just push a button and you don't need to do anything else. Bye-bye. Fuck you, AI. Alright, Pixie, that's cool. Yeah, some people are very good at it. I'm just not one of them. But I'm good at manipulating all my other gear. No problem. I mean, I get it. I was talking to somebody else about it yesterday. Like, you should play to a backing track. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Guess what? If I do that, I don't make any money on YouTube. They're going to copyright strike my fucking videos. And I won't make any money. And that's where I make money. So it's kind of stupid for me to do that. Especially at this point, considering I've been playing without it on the channel now for years. So why would I reverse course now? Seems idiotic to me. I think people know exactly what to expect out of me at this point. If you want to hear somebody do that really well, go to Instagram. There's quite a few people that do that shit over there. But that's also a different place for different kind of content. And that was the other thing my friend was saying. I was just like, dude, I got more than I can handle on YouTube. I'm like, if I had the same amount of like followers on Instagram that I got on here currently, I'd be way overloaded and I'd never get anything done. And I'm like, I just can't. I'm like, I can't. I don't have enough hours in the fucking day. And he was just like, okay, I got it. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, Instagram to me is a secondary thought, dude. It's nothing but marketing for me. That's all it is. I mean, I've met a few people on Instagram that are way cool, but I mean, for the most part, it's a marketing tool. Thanks, LaSala. How long did it take to memorize the fretboard? You just need to learn every string where their notes lie. That's the best way to actually learn your fretboard, but how long does that take? As long as it takes for you to memorize where they are in terms of half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. It's a major scale on every guitar string. I don't know if you guys were aware of that or not. So if you go E to F, that's a half step. Then F to G, G to A, A to B, that's 3 whole steps. B to C, half step. C to D, whole step. D to E. You're back where you started from. You're just at the octave, but that's the second whole step. Half step, 3 whole steps, half step, 2 whole steps, make up the major scale. Every string, no different. They's all the same. All right, we'll see you later. Hey Jenny, how are you? That's a lot of Japanese there, or Chinese. Which is it? Okay. It's easier sometimes to look at avatars on the computer screen as opposed to my tiny ass phone. Anyways, Jenny, how are you today? So what's the next question, peoples? Yeah, I thought someone asked that like the other day though. Stoner Doom. Yeah, I have 2 fuzzes on my board. I have a Octafuzz by Full Tone, and I have a 69 Mark II by Full Tone. They're like a little bit different in terms of their flavor. Sounds more martially. That's really my like overdriven tone, my lead tone. Rhythm or lead. Do I have a favorite power chord? Probably A5. No, I don't have any. Yeah, I have one Teese Electronics pedal, I think. No, I don't have it. I had a flashback delay. Gary, it's a Sword amplifier. Sword STR tremolo, space tone tremolo, 5-watt amp with Soulcactus mods. You can find it on swordamps.com. Yeah, they're cool. I mean, he's got a bunch of different ones. Sort of something out there for everyone. In terms of fuzz, I would also recommend AnalogMan for fuzz faces. He makes some great shit too. But the full tone stuff's going to be way more reasonable on the pocketbook. Just an FYI. I mean, I used to be a dealer for AnalogMan back from 2000. And, you know, in comparison to full tone stuff, it's a little expensive. Well, that's all right, Dave. That tells me that you like compression. I don't like compression. That's why I don't use an overdrive. A vintage tube screamer? Okay. All right, guys, that's an hour. Thank you for participating in the stream. Pixie Knickers, thank you very much for the sticker, super sticker, whatever. And thank you for moderation duties. I appreciate it. How about we shoot for like 5 o'clock tonight? Because it's Friday and people are going to be doing shit and whatever. All right. So we'll see you all back here at 5 p.m. So that's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. for you in the middle of the country, and 5 p.m. for yours truly. All right. Ways to find me: Instagram, Patreon. Don't be a stranger. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. All right. We'll see you later. Hey, Becky Wood. Catch you next time.